Welcome into Goss Stadium for Game 3 of the series between the Corvallis Knights and your Bend Elks. Aiden O'Neill up here in the broadcast booth, as always. As Matt Sherwood pours in a strike, we get started 2 minutes ahead of schedule at 6:33. Julian Unai digging in on the 0-1. He'll take just a hair down. We were expected to resume yesterday's game that ended early because of a lightning strike at 5:30 p.m., finished that ninth inning. But ultimately the game was called done, and the series now even. 1-1 to Unai skips in for a ball. Now the rules were unclear. We were unsure as to what the official rule was, if we had to make up the game today or not, but the game was deemed complete as the 2-1 is grounded by Unai to the first baseman. It's Russell who flips on to the covering Sherwood. 1 out. But with that, happy to have you with us. No scoreboard for some reason at the moment. We'll get that to you as soon as we possibly can, dealing with some issues when it comes to the Presto. Now stepping up is Jace Miller. The first pitch home misses down and away. After Miller, it's Sanders, Gurney, Nadeau, Beck, Pfeiffer, Whitcomb, and Salvione. A righty-heavy lineup with just 2 left-handed bats. Sherwood rocks and fires the 1-0. A fastball popped up, fouling out of play. Corvallis in their all-white pinstripe uniforms with the maroon numbers. The caps are that reddish maroon as well. The Elks in their gold tops, black pinstripe bottoms. 1-1. Fouled away. Now 1-2. Jace Miller starting to find himself at the dish. The former Oregon State Beaver. Now back here at Goss. 1-2 home, a heater, then misses up and away. The righty, Matt Sherwood, 6'5", 220-pounder from Santa Clarita, California. A workhorse at Pacific Lutheran and carrying over that inning workload this summer. He delivers home the 2-2, and it's a breaking ball that folds down and away. The defense behind Matt Sherwood tonight, Siegel, Medina, and Morosco in the outfield from left to right. Hammond and Severns on the left side, Rentz and Russell on the right side. And Xavier Rios doing the catching. Great at-bat for Miller, choking up. The payoff, fastball called strike 3. It was at the bottom of the zone, and Jace Miller thought he saw ball 4. Jace not one to argue, so I'm going to be on Miller's side here saying that was down. And a look-in strike 3 marks the second out of the top of the first. Home plate umpire tonight, Bryce Reeves, Taylor Schneider on the bases. That crew sticking with us all series long. Now Troy Sanders will take a 12-6 curveball that folds below the zone. Elks yesterday had their best offensive performance since the middle of June with 14 runs and 8 innings of baseball. The 1-0. Heater misses away. And you hope with some similar faces in the lineup that dominance and that flip that was switched just keeps going. 2-0 fastball misses high. When Gurney waiting on deck, Troy Sanders, the lone all-star, still with the team for the Bend Elks. Dimitri Sasidko now back home for the rest of the summer. The 3-0 is a fastball that gets the top of the zone near the belt. But Sanders lately, after his home run spree, where virtually nobody could slow him down, he's now been slowed down. As the 3-1 is grooved down Broadway and taken by Sanders. Seeking to put the cold streak behind him and average just over 200. 7 home runs and 9 runs batted in. 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on base in the top of the first. And the breaking ball misses low, ball 4. So Troy Sanders, a 2-out walk. First base runner of the ballgame for the Elks. So he'll head down to first and meet base coach Wes Harper, who also manages the pitchers. Johnny Kemp down there at third. Win Gurney in from the right side will offer at the first pitch fastball and swing right through it. Gurney night off yesterday in the 14-run performance. In game 1 of the series, had a hat trick at the plate. The former Oregon State commit pops up the 0-1 and goes out of play beyond home plate. Great crowds on hand so far this series. We had over 1,300 last night, just over 1,200 on Tuesday. And another packed house here tonight. Sanders with a big lead off of first. He takes off. Fastball misses up. Throw down to second on one hop. Gets by the second baseman Rentz. Into shallow center. Medina will throw to third as Sanders moves up there. And the throw is offline. Sanders moves 90 feet away from scoring the opening run of this game. Aggressive base running with 2 outs. And an error on the catcher, Xavier Rios. Base hit from Gurney or another wild pitch would bring in a run. Sherwood's 1-2. Breaking ball grounded. Softly to the third baseman in Hammond. Near the bag, fields it, throws to first. It's offline. And Win Gurney with his hustle all 90 feet. Beats it out. Sanders comes in to score. It's 1-0 Bend. Not the easiest play for Tate Hammond. They're going to give Hammond an error on that. I'm not so sure. Gurney was busting it down the line. I think even if Hammond's throw is on the money, that's likely a hit. That's the second consecutive game for Gurn where one of those 50-50 calls could have gone the other way. Now Keaton Nadeau will check his swing on the first pitch up and in and foul it away. Oh, 1. Fastball misses in tight. I feel wrong marking this as an E5 in my book. I'll go back and change it. That's why you don't do your book in pen in case they change their mind. Nadeau Wella working well. Gurney takes off on the 1-1. Fastball misses up. Rios' throw down to second. Not in time. And the second time already an Elk is stolen. As Gurney will swipe second base. Elks have run a lot all season long. Top half of the league in stolen bases. Gives Keaton Nadeau, who's been a reliable hitter for the Elks, a chance to knock in a run. The 2-1. Fastball. Thought about offering at it, but it's called a strike at the knees. Nadeau, a fabulous defender at all outfield positions. 10 runs batted in, 2 with the bat. But looking to get things going. Sherwood fires home a fastball that slash foul down the right field line. Gorgeous night for baseball. You can't ask for better weather. Last night it was natural to have the gripe with the thunderstorms. Opening night of this series it was scorching hot, but tonight a perfect 81 degrees with not a cloud in the sky. Sherwood a long look in. His 2-2 is a fastball grounded to Hammond. He picks it up, ranging to his left, and his throw to first ends the inning. But the Elks strike first. Win Gurney puts the ball in play, and Sanders comes in to score on the error from Tate Hammond. We'll go to the bottom of the first when we come back on Bend Elks YouTube. Back here for the bottom of the first inning, Corvallis coming up. But the Elks strike first for the third consecutive night, and they'll send Cade Finazzo to the mound, the righty out of Highland, California. His first pitch home to Max Medina. Misses outside on a breaking ball. Elks strike on the error they called on Tate Hammond. I still think it was probably an infield hit. Finazzo's 1-0. Gets the call right down the heart of the plate. Cade Finazzo, 6'4", 215 pounds, from Cal State San Bernardino. His 11th appearance, but his first start. As the changeup gets the call on the outer third. Shows right now where the Elks pitching staff is at. Tonight will likely be some sort of bullpen game, hoping that Cade Finazzo can give them a couple of innings of work and then a collective team effort after that. The 1-2 to Medina got him swinging way out in front. Back-to-back changeups fool the young left-handed bat. And Finazzo starts with a K. Fabulous start for Finazzo, and that'll bring up Joey Morosco. Working quick in a rhythm. Finazzo fires, and the pitch is grounded deep into the 6-hole. Sanders fields it there and throws across the diamond to get Morosco. Showcasing good arm talent as it went by Julian Unai at third on the dive. A quick 2 outs from Cade on just 4 pitches. Or make that 5. 2 outs and it's Zane Garvey. Finazzo cruising along. He'll kick and deal. A changeup that's called a strike. Although Cade had a rocky beginning to this year, in the month of July, he is not allowed a run. 0-1. Changeup misses away. After Garvey, it's Severns, Russell, and Rios. Then Hammond, Siegel, and Rentz. The 1-1 misses outside. The defense behind Cade Finazzo on this Thursday night for the Elks. Gurney, Nato, and Miller in the outfield from left to right. Unai, Sanders, Salvione, and Beck third to first. And Isaac Pfeiffer doing the catching. The 2-1. Breaking ball called a strike on the outside corner. A slider snapping horizontally. And it's all working right now from Cade. He is filling up that zone. Dangerous hitter in Garvey going right at him. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Got him swinging on a changeup. A fabulous first inning for Finazzo. 1-2-3. And a couple of strikeouts preserve this Elks lead 1-0 as we go to the second. Cam Beck, the hitter, Stepping up against Matthew Sherwood, who fires in a strike on the outside corner. Beck, Pfeiffer, and Whitcomb, 6, 7, and 8 in the Elks order. Sherwood had a bumpy first inning with a couple of errors in the field that allowed for the Elks to score. The 0-1 from Beck folds low. Corvallis enters this game 21-20. They lost last night at Goss Stadium, and the Elks' first win here since 2023. 1-1 heater misses down and out. In an effort that took every bit of the Elks' offense, including the bottom of the order that told the story. Beck's been starting to see it better, and now back home in his home stadium at Goss. Hitters count, the 2-1. Fastball misses away. One thing about Matthew Sherwood that we know for sure is he's going to fill up the strike zone. That's his calling card. As the 3-1 is crushed. Deep to left field with some backspin. Touching the sky. Seagulls going back. Sayonara! Cam Beck. A moonball. And it's 2-0 Elks. His first of the year. Cameron Beck. An unbelievable swing. Make that his second of the year. The first one coming about a month ago at home. But great to see Cam doing his thing. He hit a ton of those in batting practice. And today just gets a hold of one. When he launches, it goes a long, long way. Now Isaac Pfeiffer. Take a fastball that misses low. Pfeiffer takes a heater that misses down. This Elks offense, I'm not sure where they discovered themselves over the last couple of days, but it's so good to see. A different team now as the 2-0 misses down. From the naked eye, it started with a high quality of at-bats. Just staying true to themselves in the box. 3-0 fastball called a strike on the inside corner. Get into Matthew Sherwood, who dominated the Elks in the middle of June. 3-1. Fouled straight back off the net. In that start on June the 14th versus the Elks, Matt Sherwood wins 6 innings, just 3 hits allowed, 1 run, 6 Ks to no walks. On the payoff, the fastball misses outside, ball 4. May have been in the zone, but Rios couldn't squeeze it. And the Elks continuing to roll offensively. One man on for Brody Whitcomb. Offer at the first pitch, changeup down low. Thinking back to Cam Beck, that's a magical moment, stepping foot in the ballpark that you call home during the regular season, and then delivering in front of, I'm sure, a lot of coaches that have stopped by to watch you play. Pretty cool. 0-1 to Whitcomb. He swings through half-heartedly at a changeup outside. The Caldera High School product from Bend, Oregon, a native. And Coach Alan Cox hoping to see more of that as the Elks continue to develop. Taken off as Pfeiffer. Changeup misses low. Picked by Rios. His throw down to second. Not in time. The third stolen base already for the Elks. They're seeing something with Matthew Sherwood and his inability to hold runners on. Taking full advantage. Whitcomb's had some of the best quality of at-bats out of any Elk. So on the 2 strikes, he'll swing through a fastball, center cut. The second strikeout from Sherwood. And the first out of this inning. bring up Vinny Salvione. Right-handed bat, batting ninth. Sherwood, 2 looks at second and delivers. A slider that Vinny went around on a check swing. Late change defensively for the Elks. Vinny's been dealing with a nagging ankle injury. He was going to play third base tonight, but him and Unai flip-flopped right before first pitch. So now Vinny at second. 0-1 fastball. Gets the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2. But Salvione was a part of that collection at the bottom of the order that did their thing last night. Salvione, Smith, and Murphy in each of their 4 at-bats reached base. The 0-2 misses down and blocked by Rios. Elks scored this inning on a solo shot from Cam Beck. Deep down the left field line, and it got out of here. 2-0 the score, top 2, 1-2 with 1 out. And a runner on second as Salvione fouls it right back off the net. Vinny currently in the transfer portal looking for that new home after a year at Bowling Green, but he showed up in each of his 3 years as an Elk and simply dominated. 1-2. Slider misses low. Getting the pitch count up of Matthew Sherwood, making him work. Last night, Corvallis, they had to throw a lot of pitchers. 5 normal arms were used, and then they went to James Colella, the two-way guy, who was on the mound when the game ended as Salvione fouls it away. Never got to finish his inning or even continue it because of the lightning strike. That happened when this very man and Vinny Salvione was at the plate. And he was fully expecting to come to the yard today and in the top of the 9th, resume it with him batting again. 2-2 to Vinny. Fouled away over the head of Johnny Kemp. Pfeiffer waiting patiently on second. Nice at-bat from Salvione. On the 2-2, he'll take low. Shadows setting on the field on this picturesque Thursday night, the final game of this series. And in now or never mode for the Elks. Prime chance to do something they haven't done in quite some time. Take a series at Goss. The payoff to Vinny. Fastball popped up. In foul territory to the right side, it's the first baseman, Russell, making the catch. 2 away. And to the top of the order with Julian Unai. Still a quality at-bat from Salvione, he just couldn't find a barrel. Unai's first time through, grounded out to Maverick Russell to start off this ballgame. Peek back at 2 and the pitch. Fastball fouled directly back. Elks offense swinging it. You think 5 series left, including this one. Elks got to go on an improbable win streak, but you got to take it 1 game at a time. 0-1 changeup, popped up, foul and out of play. A souvenir onto this gorgeous campus that Oregon State offers. We got to walk around, explore downtown Corvallis. You get the hype. Lovely college town and much less lively at this time of the year. With, of course, not many students being here. 0-2 with 2 outs to Unai. A fastball grounded into the pull-sided shift. Berkeley Rentz, the second baseman, will pick it up and throw to first to end the inning. But not after. To start the inning, Cam Beck leaves the yard. His second home run of the year. A long homer to left field. 2-0 Bend as we go to the bottom of the second on Bend Elks YouTube. Bottom of the second inning. Back here with Cade Finazzo towing the rubber. And he'll fire in a slider that folds in for a strike to Ryan Severns, the UCSB Gaucho. Severns, Russell, and Rios, 4, 5, and 6. Finazzo set this Corvallis Knights team down in order in the first. As the 0-1's fouled back. Elks have struck in each of the first 2 innings. Scored on an error in the first and a solo shot by Cam Beck in the second. The 0-2. Slider grounded to the third baseman Unai, who fields it on the slide. On the backhand, his throw to first is perfect. A one-hop strike and a gorgeous play from Unai. Got the call late. Was told that he was playing third, with Salvione being forced to move to second due to the injury. And looking like he plays there every day. First pitch misses up to Maverick Russell. Russell will take a strike. 1-1 now. Russell also a UCSB Gaucho. Our first look from him in this series. Finazzo's just getting the ball and finding the zone. The 1-1. Change up, swung on and missed. Russell way out in front. Making this whole pitching thing look pretty self-explanatory. Just throw strikes and you get rewarded. Working ultra quick. The 1-2. Changeup misses down and away. Got the slight overshift on for Maverick Russell, the Whittier, California native. Russell at 5'11", 200 pounds from the left side. Choking up heavily. 2-2 changeup. Breaks the bat. And it's grounded to the second baseman, Salvione, who picks it up and throws to first to get Russell. But that piece of lumber completely sawed off into 2. Pfeiffer's got the majority of it with the big barrel in his right hand that would severely hurt somebody, and he hands it to Tate Hammond, who will take it back. But Russell hit it off the end of the bat. A clean break into 2. You don't see a lot of bat breaks that smooth. 2 outs for Xavier Rios. Slider misses up. 5 up, 5 down from Cade Finazzo. Something's changed from the righty out of Bernardino this month. 1-0 slider, checking his swing as Rios. Appeal down to the base umpire. Schneider says he did not go. And with the Elks last night using a guy like Jackson Ashley, their best reliever, for 3 innings. Robles before him for 2. They need an effort like this from Finazzo as the 2-0 is called a strike. Wind and the pitch. Foul tipped off of Pfeiffer beyond home plate. It's 2-2. Rios wasn't in there yesterday, but got the start opening night of this series. We reached twice on a couple of free passes. The redshirt junior from Cal State San Marcos. Finazzo looking for another clean inning. His 2-2 with 2 outs. A slider misses by, I tell you, a hair off the plate. Man, looking at that Elks dugout, appears that was strike 3. Just wasn't called that way. Finazzo's got a pitch again. The payoff to Rios. Slider that's hit well. Deep to left field. Gurney going back at the wall, looking up. And it hits off his glove as he crashes into the wall, opening the bullpen gate. Rios coasts into second. They'll likely call this a double. But shades of when Gurney ran through the center field wall. He just finds openings in the surroundings of this ballpark. Is Gurney this time in the one spot where you can run through the wall here at Goss Stadium, he goes through the bullpen gate. Ever so slightly, not the drastic measure that we saw at Gena. Everybody's okay. It was a tough play, and they rule it as a hit. So a runner in scoring position now for Tate Hammond. Finazzo's changeup will miss outside. That's frustrating for the Elks because the very pitch prior, Johnny Kemp, Wes Harper, that dugout, they thought they had strike number 3. Didn't get the call. Finazzo had to work another pitch, and Rios takes advantage. 1-0 fastball misses low. Tate Hammond, the incoming freshman at UCLA from Long Beach, California, staying close to home. Entered for the injured Will Jeske on Tuesday, but this is his first start of the series. Finazzo peeked back at second. His 2-0 changeup swung on and missed at. Oaks looking to pitch through the damage, especially with 2 outs. Being able to limit the rallies of Corvallis is critical. That's why the Elks had so many runs last night, the 2-out hitting. Rios dancing off a second. The 2-1 is swung on and missed at. Pitch that was well outside. And whenever Cade Finazzo is working with that changeup, these Corvallis Knights hitters cannot pick it up. 2-2, 2 outs. 2-0 Elks in the bottom of the second with a runner on second. Finazzo fires a changeup that got him swinging. Tate Hammond chased the same pitch again on the outer half. And Cade Finazzo has his 3rd strikeout in just 2 innings of work. Despite the 2-out double by Xavier Rios, nobody scores. It's 2-0 Elks as we roll on the Bend Elks YouTube page. To the 3rd inning, Elks on top. 2-0 here on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Aiden O'Neill up here in the broadcast booth. Thanks so much for joining us on this gorgeous Thursday night. Sherwood's fastball misses low. Our final game in Corvallis before we hit the road and head to Ridgefield tomorrow morning for a weekend 3-game set against the winners of the first half. 1-0 to Miller. Lined on one hop to Hammond, who fields it in the sunshine and rockets a throw to first to get Miller. A nice play from the highly touted recruit out of California going to UCLA. 1 away. Miller smoked that baseball off the crack of the bat. It looked like surely a single, but instead nothing to show for it. Now it's Troy Sanders. takes the ball. Sanders, his first time through, walked and then ended up stealing second, coming around to score on an error. A 1-0 fastball to Sanders is tapped foul up the first baseline. You never, especially in a bullpen game like this, can have enough offense. I echoed it last night in the game that saw 23 combined runs. Same sentiment remains. For Sanders, committed to Bethune-Cookman after spending his entire baseball career at GCU. The 1-1 misses away. Sanders' father, Anthony, now the first base coach of the Detroit Tigers, and a former big leaguer himself. Sanders looking to fill in his footsteps as he continues. 2-1 heater, misses up. But been a joy to have Troy here in Bend. Used to the West Coast League in his second year after being in Walla Walla a year ago. 3-1 heater, misses up and in, and the second time that they've let the All-Star head down to first on a free pass. Base runner for the Elks here in the third. The third walk from Matt Sherwood, who at Pacific Lutheran and also this season, that strikeout to walk ratio is as good as it gets. To put it into perspective, at Pacific Lutheran in 2026, he threw 65 innings, struck out 69 batters, and only walked 29. All that meant is when the batter would get up there, they would have to be ready to see a lot of strikes. He showcased that when the Elks faced off against him on June the 14th at Gena. But tonight it's been a bit different. The approach has changed on Bend's side. When Gurney steps in from the right side as they check on Sanders on a pickoff, he's back safely. Gurney reached on what they called an error in the first inning, but if I were to go back and change it, I'd give Gurney a hit. First pitch fastball misses low. But tough break with the home book, of course. You never can argue too much. Gurney readies from the right side. Sherwood throws over to check on Sanders, who was leaning a tad, but he's back safely. Gurney out of La Mirada High School, committed to Oregon State as they throw over again to check on Sanders, who's back. Keeping close tabs on a man over there at first that doesn't run a whole lot in Sanders. Just one stolen base. 1-0 to Gurn. Finally a pitch home, and he pops it up. To the left side. Shallow left field. Can anyone see it? Going out is Severns, and he reaches up, battling the sunshine to make the catch. Him and Siegel were lost for the majority of that ball flight, and only for the last 10 feet of it did Severns pick it up to make the catch. The good old pop-up dance. And this wasn't one that had any wind effect, but rather just the bright sunshine. Ironic that Ryan Severns has sunglasses on the back of his head. Those could have been utilized to help him shield the sun. Throw over to check on Sanders. He's back. Keaton Nadeau with 2 outs. Digs in from the right side. Grounded out in his first AB. Sherwood's heater's line into right center field. Shading over is Medina, but it falls. Sanders is going to go from first to third. The throw goes into the cutoff man, Severns. And a single from Keaton Nadeau keeps this 2-out rally alive. Just let the heater get deep and drove it into the right center field alleyway. First and second, 2 outs, top of the third inning, 2-0 Elks. Apologies for our scoreboard not working. We'll get that squared away as soon as possible, but until then, I'll try to be extra attentive when it comes to the description. Back his last time homered, as Sherwood will throw over to Nadeau, who's safe. Cambeck, who has been experiencing a home run drought for quite some time as a power threat for himself, cracks the code on a long swing to left. Take a curveball that misses down and away. That first home run from Cambeck came on the 1st of this month against the Walla Walla Sweets. An impressive swing to left center field at home at Genna. Nadeau back with a dive on a pickoff attempt. But this one that came in the second was as majestic as you'll see. A ball hit as high as the lights that fell down into left. 1-0 swung on and missed at. Sanders on third, Nadeau on first. Nadeau takes off as Beck skies one. This one in the park to left field. Shading his eyes is Siegel, and he reaches up into the beaming sunshine to make a difficult one-handed catch and end the inning. All right, the Elks cannot get another one home. That's their first inning tonight where they haven't scored. To the bottom of the third, 2-0. Bend on the Bend Elks YouTube page. More Cade Finazzo when we come back. Bottom of the third inning, Cade Finazzo still rolling along. 2-0 Elks. Here on the Bend Elks YouTube page, the batter Kellen Siegel in the 8-hole as the 0-1 is crushed. To right field, but in the park as Miller goes back and makes the catch just in front of the warning track. Siegel gave it a ride, but Jace Miller there. The third consecutive inning that Cade Finazzo's retired the leadoff man. It's unclear what the plan is for pitching coach Wes Harper for the rest of this game. Going to have to rely on an inexperienced Elk to get some big outs tonight. This is Berkeley Rentz, the 9-hole bat. Finazzo throws a changeup that misses a hair high. Rentz and then the top of the order. Berkeley started in the 9-hole yesterday and reached twice on a couple of walks. Will take a strike on the inside corner. Incoming sophomore at George Fox. A gritty left-handed bat. 1-1 with one out. Fouled away just beyond home plate, and a nice play by Brady Pettit in the dugout. He was just sitting beyond the steps. The state-of-the-art Oregon State dugouts. And made a play inside of it. 1-2 from Cade. Popped up. Beyond home plate. Pfeiffer going back to catcher. Has room, and he dropped it. I'm not sure if Isaac Pfeiffer thought he was getting closer to the fence than he was in reality, but had a good amount of room, got caught in between, should I go basket catch or overhand, and it fell onto the turf. So this is only considered an error now if Berkeley Rents picks up a hit. Finazzo rocks on the 1-2, and it's flipped foul down the left field line, a souvenir into the orange seats. Pfeiffer bouncing around positions all summer long. More experience in the outfield coming from Portland, and that transition to playing catcher, not an easy one. Finazzo delivers a changeup, misses away. Corvallis with a lot to play for in this game tonight. Currently would be the number 3 seed in the tight playoff race, but in the hunt for the second half title. Finazzo's breaking ball is grounded foul up the first base line. After that drop from Isaac Pfeiffer, Berkeley Rents at least making it pay from a pitch count perspective. Two, 1 out, 2-0 Elks in the bottom of the third inning. Nobody on base. Cade Finazzo still going. Says 2-2, got him swinging. That changeup from Cade has been his money pitch, and it results in his 4th strikeout of the night. They got the Kid PA announcer for another night tonight, which is one of the more wholesome things you'll hear at the ballpark. Max Medina, the hitter. Finazzo throws a changeup that misses up. Kids getting into broadcasting, and no judgment, judgment-free zone from the parents, as the 1-0's called a strike at the bottom. Not easy to pronounce those names in front of a crowd over 1,200, so I applaud the young broadcasters. Medina, his first time struck out, and he swings through the 1-1 changeup. It feels like that pitch at the moment is virtually unhittable, and Cade Finazzo can throw it in any count and have equally as much success. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Chopped. Softly, past Finazzo at first. Fielding it is Beck, and he attempts to flip it to Finazzo, but it slips out of the hand as Max Medina beats it out at first. This goes down as an infield single. I think that's the proper ruling. Was a difficult play as soon as it got by Finazzo, and even if Beck fields that cleanly and makes an adequate flip, with Medina's speed, he still beats it out, I'd guess. First pitch to Joey Morosco, misses low. The 1-0 is bunted up the third baseline and fielded by Julian Unai on a perfect drag that results in a base hit. That's just unfortunate and tough for Cade Finazzo because he was dominating, just 1 hit allowed the first time through the lineup. And then you get back to the top, Max Medina has a soft dribbler to the right side that results in a hit. And then Joey Morosco lays down a bunt, catching Julian Unai napping, putting Zane Garvey in business. Dancing off a second is Medina. Finazzo looks back there and fires in a changeup that gets away from Pfeiffer. To the left of him, both runners move up. And a base hit now would tie this game. How moments can change rapidly, and now Sanders and Salvione will just give Cade Finazzo a breather by going out there to chat with him. On third now is Medina. On second is Morosco with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Elks on top. But a base hit would tie this game. Have to be careful. Zane Garvey, a dangerous threat. Finazzo's 1-0. Lined up the middle for a base hit. Medina's going to score. Here comes Morosco. He'll score with ease. The throw goes into the cutoff man Beck. A 2 RBI single from Zane Garvey ties this game at 2. Ultra frustrating considering the circumstance. Man, I'll reiterate it. You get 2 quick outs, then Medina's dribbling single, Morosco's bunt hit, and then the big one from Garvey. Now Ryan Severns. Finazzo's breaking ball misses away. Some of the deepest that Cade Finazzo has pitched in a game this year. He's been used to those short spurt relief outings. So constantly monitoring how long he's going to go. His 1-0. Breaking ball. Misses just off the plate inside. Looked good up here. But doesn't get the call from home plate umpire Bryce Reeves. Hitters count to Severns, who grounded out his first time. The 2-0 breaking ball is called a strike on the outer third. If the Elks are going to win this game tonight, it's likely going to be an offensive affair just because of Corvallis having so many more arms from a quantity perspective. 2-1. Fastball makes it 2-2. Nabbing the black on the outside and bringing up a bigger pitch. Finazzo at this rate just looking to limit the damage. 2-2 with 2 outs in this 2-2 game. His pitch got him on a changeup down and away. Finazzo frustrated coming off the mound. But still, that's his 5th strikeout of the ballgame. A couple of soft singles and a wild pitch set things up for Zane Garvey, who has the big swing, a 2 RBI single right back up the middle to tie this contest. To the 4th, all knotted up on Bend Elks YouTube. Top of the fourth inning, Isaac Pfeiffer leading things off for the Elks. Will take a fastball that misses low. Pfeiffer, Whitcomb, Salvione, the bottom of this Elks order. Bottom of the order did so much damage last night, looking to pick up where they left off. Sherwood's still going for Corvallis as Pfeiffer fouls one away down the right field line. Elks started off strong, up 2-0, and Kate Finazzo was cruising. But two soft hit singles set it up for Zane Garvey, who ties this game on a hit. 1-1 to Pfeiffer. It is a fastball that is called a strike at the bottom of the zone. Pfeiffer's first time walked on a good at-bat. No batting gloves. He waggles the all-black piece of lumber from the right side and takes a curveball that misses down and away. They've gotten to Matt Sherwood, though. This game very well could be more than 2-2 on the Elk side. Have had at least two base runners in each inning, but he gets Pfeiffer here on the 2-2 out in front of an off-speed. And that's the third strikeout from Matthew Sherwood. Bringing up Brody Whitcomb from the left side. Take a changeup that is down. Corvallis just one game above 500 entering tonight, but only one game back of the second half crown. 1-0 to Whitcomb's dribbled foul. What Walla Walla's done this year has been ultra impressive in year one rather, of manager Leo Rivera. He has changed the culture, and right now they look like the best team in the South. Whitcomb fouls away the 1-1. But Corvallis under head coach Brooke Knight, always a threat to do whatever damage they want to do. I mean, 10 league titles from 2016 to 2023, did not lose one. 1-2 from Sherwood. Fastball misses low. They've got a major overshift on with Berkeley Rentz, the second baseman, acting as a fourth outfielder. Deep into the four-hole and well to the pull side. 2-2. Change up, got him swinging. Whitcomb swung right through it. Back-to-back strikeouts from the tall righty. Two away for Vinny Salvione. Slider misses away. Ono's fouled straight back. Salvione popped out to the first baseman Maverick Russell in his first at-bat. Nursing that injured ankle, but still working hard up there. Sherwood will throw in a 1-1 fastball that misses outside. Looking to set the table for the top with two outs. Top of the fourth, 2-2 the score. 2-1, two outs, and nobody on base. Sherwood's fastball misses low. Getting Vinny back was unexpected for these Elks, but they're so happy to have him back. Main reason why they've made the playoffs in back-to-back years. Hitters count on the 3-1, and Salvione takes a walk. Just saw a pitch down. A rarity from Matt Sherwood, his fourth walk of the night. He's had 4 strikeouts to go along with it. But time now called as the entire infield will come up on a mound visit. That is not traditional pitching coach Bo Kearns. So I wonder if they have a new coach tonight who goes quickly to talk to Sherwood and now will depart, jogging off the mound. Could very well be a player too. Summer ball, you get fun with that sort of stuff. Player mound visits, a player even coaching first. It's all loose while being serious at the same time. This is the top of the order with Julian Unai. Sherwood throws over to look at Salvione, who's back safely with a dive. Understandably so to look at Vinny. He terrorized the base paths yesterday. He had 3 stolen bases, 2 of which stealing third. He'll throw over again, and he's safe once more. Same overshift on that we saw for Brody Whitcomb. Now on for Julian Unai, who's 0 for 2, grounded out to Berkeley Rentz's last time. Salvione takes off. Pitch is swung on and missed. Out the throw down to second is in time. The throw was up the line as Severance had to work towards first. But he caught it, applied the tag, and that ends the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Salvione gets caught stealing. Still 2-2. Maverick Russell to start off this inning. Cade Finazzo into his 4th inning of work. Will wind and deal a changeup that misses up. Russell, Rios, and Hammond. 5, 6, and 7 in this order. 1-0 from Cade. Misses down. Elks last inning, a 2-out walk from Salvione, but he got caught stealing. And Corvallis, after the early Elk lead, is taking the momentum right back. Cade throws a changeup on the 2-0, and it's called a strike. At Cal State San Bernardino, for those curious, just 1 start. Worked in 5 games. That's been the same story this summer. Still a hitter's count to Russell, who takes high. Russell grounded out to the second baseman in Vinny Salvione his first time through. Came in the 2nd inning. The 3-1 from the third base side of the rubber. Finazzo lost him, ball 4. It took till the 4th inning, but Cade Finazzo now has his first walk. I'd imagine the leash not much longer. Peering down into the gates of the bullpen to see who's warming up, but I can tell you there is an Elk throw-in. Finazzo throws a fastball that's called the strike. Squaring the bunt was Rios, thinking about laying one down. Pulled it back and took a strike. Julian Unai creeping in on the infield turf, getting ready to crash. See if Rios does it again. Finazzo deals. He does square around and will take it down and away, pulling it back. Brooke and I never afraid to play small ball. Rios doubled in his first at-bat. The lone extra base hit on Corvallis' side in the second. Finazzo's 1-1. Does not square this time and pops up foul behind home plate. A souvenir for a student walking to class. That one on the campus grounds. Shadows now setting in on this field. All of the outfielders beaming in sunlight, but the infielders draped in shadows. Finazzo delivers the 1-2. Slider misses away. After Rios, it's Hammond waiting in the wings in this close 2-2 battle. Let's do the 2-2. Slider roped foul down the left field line near the balcony, just to the left of the home of the national champion sign. Skirney picks it up and throws it out of play. Rios will do it again. A park and a program with so much history. 3 national championships, the latest coming in 2018. Average lead off of first from Maverick Russell. The 2-2 again. Fastball line past the glove of Unai, but just foul down the third baseline as it lands to the left of the base. That would have been trouble. Unai gave it his all. If it fell fair, likely an RBI double, but instead just a long strike that keeps this at-bat going. Just peeking down at the Corvallis dugout, my guess tonight is no Brooke Knight, based on that mound visit, and the third base coach tonight also not Brooke. Finazzo delivers a fastball that's popped up. Shallow right field, falling fast and foul. Miller gave it a chase, and Rios won't go away. Just a reminder that in the 5th and the 6th inning tonight, I will be over on the Corvallis Knights live stream, just like the last couple of nights, thanks to the legendary voice of the Oregon Ducks, Mike Parker, also the broadcaster for the Knights. 2-2. Grounded foul. My goodness, Xavier Rios is working Cade Finazzo. And a guy that already doesn't go deep into games. That makes it so you wonder if this is the last batter he'll face. 2-2, no outs in this 2-2 game, bottom of the 4th. Russell off of first. Finazzo peers over his shoulder and comes set and fires. A slider misses outside, full count. So in this marathon of an at-bat, Xavier Rios has put himself in a position where he can win it. The loudest this crowd at Goss has gotten. Finazzo's payoff. Walked him. On a pitch that misses low. And now looking down to the Elks dugout. This is likely it for Cade Finazzo. Had not walked a batter prior to the 4th inning. And the first 2 batters he's faced this frame reach on the base on balls. They're going to keep Finazzo in, though. The plan to give him one more batter and expecting Tate Hammond, the left-handed bat, to bunt. Crashing in at first is Beck. The first pitch, Hammond does square. He gets it down. A perfect bunt to the third baseman, Unai. He picks it up, his throw to first. Not in time. Tate Hammond was blazing down the line. Everybody's safe, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. That'll do it for Cade Finazzo. They kept him in to face Tate Hammond. A perfect bunt. The wheel play on, but where he bunted the ball, Julian Unai had to come in, field it, and throw to first. Tate Hammond, one of the better runners on this team, beat it out. And in comes the righty committed to Western Oregon from Bellingham, Washington, Braven Nason. Don't want this inning to take away from how good Cade Finazzo was tonight, because you take away this fourth inning, he was brilliant. He's given the Elks a chance to win. 3 innings of 2-run baseball with 5 strikeouts to just 2 walks, but all 3 of those runs are his on the bases. We'll step aside. We'll let Braven Nason warm up and be back after this. Cade Finazzo's night is done, and the new pitcher in the ballgame is Braven Nason, the righty out of Bellingham, Washington, committed to Western Oregon. Looking to get out of the jam, he'll face Kellen Siegel with them loaded. Russell at third, Rios at second, Hammond at first. Bryce Reeves will call time, asking the Knights to get something off the field, but now we're ready to go. Started with a couple of walks, and then the bunt that resulted in an infield single, a perfect one from Tate Hammond. Nason sets and fires to Siegel. Breaking ball that misses down and in. A major spot in this game for the Elks to just stay attached. Yes, it's only the bottom of the 4th, but you don't want it to spiral. Nason's had a tough month of July, looking to get back on track. The 1-0. Fouled away off the foot of Siegel as it trickles up the third baseline. Entering this out in 10 2/3 innings pitched for Braven. 6.75 ERA, a 2.06 whip. Last outing came against Ridgefield, where he just recorded 1 out. 1-1. Fastball grounded to the third baseman Unai. He fields it, goes to home with the throw, and they get the force out there, getting Maverick Russell. A great play from Julian Unai, just as good as a strikeout, and the game stays tied. The rare 5-2 putout. Nason gets soft contact, and that brings up Berkeley Rentz. This now will allow the middle of the infield to move back, and Troy Sanders and Vinny Salvione. Nason kicks and deals. A fastball then misses away. For whatever reason, since that trip to Vancouver Island where the Elks took on Victoria, Nason hasn't been the same pitcher. But all it takes is one outing to get everything back on track. The 1-0 to Rentz is a slider that's called a strike. The long hair flowing from the righty, rocking number 19 in that gold uniform. Setting up from the first base side. A ground ball would get him out of this inning. Rentz struck out his first time. 1-1 with one out. Fastball grounded right back up the middle and through for a base hit. Coming in to score is Rios. Behind him is Tate Hammond. The throw goes all the way home. It's a 2 RBI single from Berkeley Rentz, giving Corvallis their first lead of the night. Tough break for Nason. If the ball was hit just 5 more feet to the right, Vinny Salvione likely would have been able to field it for a double play, but a C&I base hit does the trick. As the first pitch to Max Medina misses outside, a double steal. The throw goes down to second, and sliding in safely is Berkeley Rentz on the double steal. Now 2 more runners in scoring position, and the plot only thickens for Nason. Those runs get charged to Cade Finazzo. Medina's 1 for 2. 1-0. Breaking ball misses down and in. This also forces the entire infield to now come in. Off speed, called a strike on the outside corner. 2 runs in on the hit from Berkeley Rentz. It's been 2 RBI singles with 2 runs coming in that have changed this game as the 2-1 misses low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Medina, a tough out, a seasoned hitter despite just being an incoming freshman at Cal Poly. In yesterday's contest, reached 3 times. Got to come in on the 3-1, and he doesn't have the open base, but walks Max Medina, and that loads the bases again. Not the worst thing in the world because it sets up the double play. You got to face Joey Marasco. This allows the middle of the infield to go back. Corner infielders still creeping in. Roscoe's 1 for 2. And Nason throws a slider that swung on and missed at. 6 hits now on Corvallis' side to just 2 for the Elks. Needing to limit the damage. Nason's 0-1. Misses outside. Joey Marasco, the George Fox product. Crooked number would put the Elks significantly swimming upstream. Siegel, Rentz, and Medina the runners. The 1-1 misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Double barrel action in the Elks bullpen. 2 more arms warming up in case Nason cannot get out of this. 4-2 the score. Sacks packed. 2-1, 1 out. Hitters count to Joey Marasco. And Nason delivers. A fastball that misses down and in. It gets away from Pfeiffer. Coming in to score is Siegel. The back runners move up 90 feet. It's 5-2. And it'll go down as a wild pitch. But 1 down and in that Isaac Pfeiffer should have squeezed. And cannot. 3-1 from Nason to Morosco. His pitch. Swung on and miss. Morosco was out in front on an off speed. This crowd getting loud at Goss Stadium. Game 3 of this series. We're entering make-or-break territory for Bend. Already a 5-2 game. Nason's payoff. Grounded foul past their third base coach tonight. Morosco staying alive. A Corvallis team that has been similar to the Elks this year when it comes to not the same offensive performance that we've seen in past years. But the last 2 nights, they've swung it. Nason's 3-2. Breaking ball, line foul up the third baseline. And what they're doing, too, is making it so none of these Elks at-bats, them pitching to the hitters, are easy outs. All extremely difficult. Infield slightly shaded in. The 3-2 once more. Nason walked him. Second walk for Braven Nason, the 4th walk of the inning. Just handing this rally to Corvallis, and not out of the woodwork. They're loaded again with 1 out. This forces Wes Harper's hand to go and have a mound visit with Nason. As tough as it gets. We let Wes chat with Braven. We'll take a look at the West Coast League scoreboard tonight. Pickles beat the Drifters 5-4 in 8 innings. I would guess that that was a makeup doubleheader game and it happened to go to extras. So normally a 7-inning game went 8. Wenatchee on top of Port Angeles 3-1, bottom 5. Walla Walla beating Yakima 2-0 in the top of the 4th. Victoria on top of Nanaimo 13-1 in the top of the 5th. As we'll now resume play with Zane Garvey up. Nason delivers a slider that gets the outside corner. Ridgefield beating Marion 7-3, bottom of the 3rd. That's where the Elks will go next. And then in game 2 of the doubleheader, Springfield beating Portland 4-1 in the bottom of the 2nd. The 0-1. Garvey takes low. Zane Garvey had the hit that got it all going for Corvallis. A 2 RBI single that came in the 3rd, and it came with 2 runners in scoring position. Even more of a mouth-watering opportunity this time around. Nason's 1-1 with 1 out. Changeup misses in. The command for Braven just has not been there, and you feel for him because when he came into this game, the spot was as tough as it gets with the bases loaded, and it's just stayed that way. 3 runs in for Corvallis, changing this game and looking for more. His pitch gets the call right down the heart of the plate, 2-2. Strikeout would do wonders. A ground ball would get the Elks out of it. Rents, Medina, and Morosco the runners. The 2-2. Slider misses low. It's a full count. And once again, echoing the same sentiment for Braven. The only place to put him is in the strike zone. Big deep breath from the right side. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4. And it actually got a piece of Harvey. It's a hit by pitch. That will bring in Berkeley Rents. 6-2, bases still loaded. And Alan Cox is going to get Braven Nason. His struggles in this month continue. 6-2 the score, a 4 spot here in this inning. New pitcher coming in when we come back on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the new pitcher into this game is Logan Darnell, who works into Ryan Severns and misses outside on a fastball. 6-2 Corvallis. All of their runs coming in the last 2 innings. 2 in the third and 4 in this frame. Darnell out of the windup to Severns, who's 0 for 2. His slider misses down and away, and Pfeiffer's got to stop it on a back pick. The 6'1", 225-pound righty from Fenton, Missouri. Just 1 outing so far, and it came in that 31-0 loss for the Elks. His 2-0 misses high, and it's 3-0. The Elks collectively in this 4th inning have abandoned the strike zone for whatever reason. And now, nowhere to put Darnell with the bases loaded. His 3-0 fastball gets the top of the zone. Medina, Morosco, and Garvey. The last batter on the bases, the last batter that Nason faced, he hit Zane Garvey with the bases loaded that brought in a run. The 3-1 is fouled back. Full count with 1 out. Darnell coming from Mississippi Valley State. Needing to punch out. His payoff. Line to center field. Nato coming in. He slides and it kicks off the glove. Everybody's going to move up a base. Coming in to score is Max Medina at 7-2. And even the sure-handed Keaton Nato drops a fly ball going into a slide. An unbelievable inning here in Corvallis. They're going to give it a hit, but it's one that even if you ask Keaton Nato, he'll say he should have caught. Darnell to Russell. Called a strike on the outside corner. After Cade Finazzo started this game, the bases were loaded. Nason came in and got the first batter on a putout from Unai to the catcher and Pfeiffer. Since then, this inning has imploded. A 5 spot. 0-1 from Darnell is blooped. Into shallow left field. It's down for a hit. This is going to bring in 2 runs. Gurney's throw goes to the cutoff man. 9-2 Corvallis. And as crooked as a crooked number can get. Putting Corvallis way on top. In a game that the Elks were once up 2-0, 9 unanswered from the Corvallis Knights. Darnell throws a fastball that's laced into left center for a base hit. Rios has added on another run. Rounding third and heading home is Ryan Severns. He'll score. It's 10-2. Groundhog Day relived from the 12-run 7th inning on Sunday night, where the Elks virtually could not get an out, and it feels the exact same here. Here's Tate Hammond. Darnell's changeup misses outside. You feel for these Elks because not all of these hits have been necessarily barreled. But my goodness, 8 runs in 1 inning. That's hard to come back from. The 1-0. Curveball misses low. Finazzo, Nason, and Darnell all have thrown in this inning. Nason was just able to get 1 out, and Darnell still looking for his first. Hammond is 1 for 2. Darnell fires a fastball that's fouled away down the left field line. Runners on first and second. It's Russell out there at 2, Rios at first. 10-2 the score, bottom of the 4th, 2-1 count with 1 out. Darnell's fastball misses up and in tight, 3-1. Just looking for an answer and an out to get some confidence back into that dugout. Peak at second. His 3-1. Lined into right for a base hit. Miller's going to pick it up. Russell gets held at third. The throw goes in on 1 hop to Cameron Beck. They're loaded again. The 5th hit of the inning, the 3rd consecutively. Or make that the 4th consecutively. It's now Kellen Siegel. Shades of that Sunday night game just because you had the same lifeless feeling of somebody's got to get an out, and who's it going to be? As the breaking ball misses outside. Elks knew coming into the game tonight that the bullpen was going to look a little bit different. But after a 2-0 start with the bats, all the momentum was in the Elks' corner, and that's since evaporated. 1-0 to Siegel. Fouled right back off the wall beyond home plate. Kellen Siegel was the lone batter retired in this inning, if you can believe it. And it's his second time around since Corvallis has scored 8. He grounded out to Julian Unai, who threw home on the putout. 1-1 slider, misses outside. Bases loaded, 2-1, 1 out, 10-2 Corvallis. Kellen Siegel, a dangerous threat in the box. Committed to Cal Poly. Darnell's breaking ball misses away. It's 3-1. It's a double-edged sword. Of course, you want to limit the damage any way possible, but much more satisfying for those Elks coaches if it's when Corvallis is getting barrels rather than walks. The 3-1 from Darnell, a fastball, misses high, ball 4. It's 11-2 on the RBI walk. Alan Cox is going to get Logan Darnell a new pitcher when we come back. Corvallis up big here in Game 3. The pitching change, Logan Darnell exits, was not able to record an out, and Aiden Bray now enters to face Berkeley Rents. Bray's breaking ball misses up and away. 11-2 the score. Bray, the lefty out of St. Martin's, was an Elk last year and now coming back despite having no more eligibility in college, just really doing it for the love of the game. His 1-0 home gets the inside corner. One thing about Aiden Bray is he will fill up the strike zone. Shades of the Elks' 31-0 loss on Sunday with this 9-run fourth inning. This is the fourth Elks pitcher that is thrown in this frame alone. 1-1 with one out. Big curveball swung on and missed by Rentz. At third is Rios, at second is Hammond, and at first is Kellen Siegel. Step one now is just getting out of this inning and getting those bats back up. Bray with a long pause. His 1-2 misses low. I'll be heading over to the Corvallis Knights live stream for innings 5 and 6, thanks to Mike Parker, the great broadcaster for Oregon State and the Corvallis Knights. Would, of course, have loved if the game stayed right where it was at. Going to be a tough time to go over there after this inning, but very happy to do so anyway. The 2-2 fastball misses up and away. Full count. Step one for these Elks is making sure this inning can end. And another 3-ball count. Aiden Bray waggling the arm, coming set, the southpaw from the third base side. His payoff. Breaking ball. Tapped. Back out in front to Aiden Bray. It goes under his glove. Coming in to score is Xavier Rios. 12-2. Aiden Bray got caught flat-footed coming off the mound. And it took an unfortunate bounce off the turf, just went under his glove. It's an error on Bray. This inning just getting completely out of hand. 10 runs now in the fourth. Back to the top of the order with Max Medina. Bray throws a curveball that misses outside. You can't really explain it. There's not much to say in an inning like this. Aiden Bray fires. Fastball. Misses outside. 2-0. Had a defensive switch during the break. Ty Hattenhauer is now playing third. And Julian Unai is playing second, so that means Vinny Salvione is out of this game. The 2-0. Heater called a strike on the outside corner. So we'll call it Hattenhauer for Salvione here in this lengthy bottom of the fourth. Bray looking for an out pitch. His 2-1 curveball misses up and away, and just smiling up there, wondering where that pitch is missing to home plate umpire Bryce Reeves. He's set up and away. The 3-1 with one out. Fastball. Skied to straightaway center field. This will be deep enough to score. Nato makes the catch. Tagging at third is Tate Hammond. He'll come in to score. The back runners move up on the sacrifice fly. It's the 11th run of the fourth. It's 13-2 Knights. But the Elks have finally picked up an out. Two away for Joey Morosco. No mercy rule in the West Coast League. This will go as long as it needs to. Morosco offers at the first pitch and yanks it foul down the left field line. Runners on second and third. 0-1 with 2 outs. Bray throws a changeup that misses up and away. This crowd feeling it. One of the better offensive performances from the Corvallis Knights this year. Bray's 1-1. Curveball misses down and in. Aiden Bray coming from Eugene, Oregon, was at Corbin when he made the trip to Bend in 2025, and then his last year at St. Martin's was this past season. Has also done some hitting in the past as a two-way guy. 2-1 to Morosco. Fastball called a strike on the outside corner, and that's just Bryce Reeves opening up the zone because of this inning. It was well off the plate, and he still gave Bray the call. Umpire etiquette in a lopsided affair. Runners on second and third, 2-2, 2 outs. Bray delivers, and his changeup misses up and away. Full count. The Jumbotron once instructing the Corvallis Knights fans to get loud again on this payoff with 2 outs. Bray comes set, throws home, and oh my goodness, they called a balk. Taylor Schneider called a balk on Aiden Bray before he let it go. And swinging and missing at that pitch was Joey Morosco. Would have been strike 3. Instead it's a balk that brings in Kellen Siegel, that moves Berkeley Rents up to third. It's 14-2. I've seen it all this inning. And Taylor Schneider calls a balk on Aiden Bray. I would say that's the opposite of umpire etiquette in this moment. Unless it's an obvious balk, there's just no need for that. But here we are. 3-2 to Morosco. He pops one up to shallow right field. Miller's coming in, will make the catch. The inning has finally ended. But just like Sunday's contest against the Ridgefield Raptors, where the Elks lost 31-0, a 12-run inning happened in that game. And here in the fourth on Thursday night, 12 runs on Corvallis' side. I'll head over to Mike Parker's stream on the Corvallis Knights live stream. Come join me there for the middle innings as the Elks hope to make a comeback. 14-2 Knights.